So we can begin to insert or install our NFT channels that we've set up, and we can position them right on top of the stand that we built, and they fit right inside of the stand pipes. If you've done the measurements correctly, it'll fit right in there without any problem. So from there, once we have these set on top, what we can do is take the drain pipe that we constructed and we can connect it to our channels. And what we're going to use is these 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch FHT swivel fittings. Now there's a swivel on the top and then it's a slip in on the bottom, and the slip in portion is going to fit directly on that NFT channel that we see up there, and it's going to fit directly on that. And then the female threaded portion here is going to fit on our drain pipe connection. So we're going to fit it here, the slip portion on the channel, and we're going to use this for each one of them. And these swivels, they're going to allow us to connect and disconnect to the drain pipe and allow the channels to be mobile. And we can take these and move them to wherever we want to move them to. You want to bring it to a live market or just whatever you want to do with it. It has a lot of advantages versus it just being in one location and that's it. So it has a lot of advantages. That's why we build these systems this way. So what we're doing is putting the Teflon tape on these 3/4 inch risers, and we're gonna connect them. We just put a few laps around the male end, and then we connect it to the female end, and you just turn it and swivel it on there. That's all it is. This portion right here is where the water that's coming out of the channel, it's gonna drop down into this pipe. This pipe here is gonna lead back to the aquarium, and you'll see as we continue going on with the build how it just all goes together in one singular motion. So we connect all three of these female to male ends up. We connect them all together, and that'll be the end for that portion of the build. And you can see that it's just going to keep all of them stable. It's going to keep them spaced out properly, and it's going to keep the NFT channels from moving. So you can see it's coming along nice and smooth. Nice and smooth this build is coming along. So what we can do now is put end caps on the back of the NFT channels, and this is to prevent the water from leaking out. If we don't have any caps on the back of it, obviously the water is going to leak out. So these are 4-inch drain caps, 4-inch drain caps. And what we're doing is just putting a bead of silicone across or all the way around to help prevent leakage of water. And then we're just going to twist the top on it. So we make sure that everything has siliconed up and we have a nice and tight sealed cap. And it's the same thing for the bottom part, our drain part portion. We're going to take an 1.5 inch cap, 1.5 inch PVC cap, a slip cap, put a bead of silicone around it. And then what we can do is we just tighten it on there and then twist it around as well. And it functions the same way. So it just prevents the water from leaking out. You could also put PVC glue on here as well, but that is a little bit more of a permanent option. So we'll stick with the silicone for right now. We can move on to our last portion of this return pipe, our drain pipe. And this is the point where we drilled our unisil or inserted our unisil. What we're going to do is take a 4-inch pipe. We're going to cut this is a 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and we're going to cut it 4 inches. So we're going to take our mark and then we're going to cut it 4 inches. And this 4-inch pipe is what we're going to use to insert inside of the unisil on the bottom of our drain pipe. And you can see that mark at the top of the pipe here. This is a 1/2 inch mark that was marked from the top. This is just going to give us a reference to how far we need to seat this PVC pipe inside of the unisil. It just allows us to not go to put it inside of the unisil further than what we want it to go. So this prevents us from doing that. So now that we're finished with that, what we can do is put an elbow, a 1/2 inch elbow. This is a 1/2 inch elbow. We put it on top of that, and this is going to direct the flow back towards the aquarium. So we're going to move this, angle this towards the aquarium, and then we're going to put an extension on this piece. And this extension is going to be a 10-inch piece, that's going to direct the flow back towards the aquarium. And then from there, we'll place another elbow on top of it, and this is going to ensure that the water is flowing directly back into the tank. So that's what we wanted to do. And then from there, we just put another 4-inch piece on that elbow, and that's just going to prevent splashing of water. It's going to be directed right inside of the tank. And then from there, we have our system and drainage components complete.